keeper of echoes of stories through time and realities.
Gather round, travelers, as I begin the tale. There are roads that exist only to carry you away from where you were. And there are rails that remember every traveler who trusted them. The luminous rails were never meant for conquest. They were meant for passage. Mercy in motion. A kindness that moved forward without asking why. Which is why and how Lovely loved them. Lovely had changed since we last saw her. Not hardened, not dimmed, layered. The glow that once clung to her like laughter now moved quieter. A lantern instead of a bonfire. She knew the rails the way sailors know stars. Where they sang, where they bent, where they mourned. So when the song went wrong, she felt it in her teeth. The rails were accelerating, not traveling faster, traveling hungrier. Stations slipped by without stopping. Echoes clung to the margins too long. Half remembered, half consumed. Lovely stood at the edge of the platform that shouldn't exist anymore, and watched light strain like muscle. "No," she whispered. "You don't chase." The rails did not answer. Then the train arrived. Not summoned, not scheduled. It asserted itself. An ethereal locomotive. Long as regret, bright as resolve, its engine a cathedral of motion, its cars stitched together from intent and stolen direction. Inside them, worlds that had been interrupted, journeys cut short, echoes pressed into service. This train was not traveling, it was claiming. Lovely stepped aboard anyway, because she always did. Inside, the air tasted like momentum. Every footstep pulled her forward just a little too hard. And at the front of the train, he waited. He called himself nothing. Others would name him later. For now, he was simply the conductor. A traveler dressed in stillness, one hand resting on a blade that hummed like a promise. The sword did not whisper. It listened, and then it rewarded. You feel it too, he said, without turning. Potential left idle. Lovely did not draw a weapon. She never did at first. These rails aren't yours. He smiled, not cruelly, patiently. Nothing is, he replied. That's the problem. He spoke of universes like engines left running in the rain. Of choice as friction. Of freedom as inefficiency. A universe at rest, he said, is wasted potential. As he spoke, the sword leaned toward the rails, and the rails bent. Light curved, pathways aligned. Lovely staggered as the train surged. You're hurting them, she said. He finally turned. I'm giving them direction. Lovely saw it then. The blade did not refuse him. It fed. Every ruthless want, every unchecked certainty, every belief that only one should remain. The sword amplified desire and found him endlessly nourishing. The train screamed. Lovely ran between cars that reconfigured themselves mid-stride, through echoes that reached for her, begging to be remembered. She tried to anchor the rails, old songs, old gestures, but the engine roared louder. The conductor did not chase. He didn't have to. The train itself hunted. A misstep. A lurch. Lovely caught the edge between cars. As light tore itself forward. Below her, nothing but accelerating possibility. Ahead, an echo slide nexus, bright and widening. The engine surged, the sword sang. Lovely held on. And for the first time in a very long while, she was afraid. Someone, she said, into the rushing light, needs to stop this train.